welcome to the news at 8. I'm Sarah Jacob. Let's get you up to date with the day's top headlines. India to resume the export of surplus vaccines from October. But is there a surplus? Should India be fully vaccinated before we export? Right now, only 14% of all adult Indians are doubly vaccinated. Even as the new Chief Minister takes over in Rahul Gandhi's presence, former party chief Sunil Jakhar criticizes the party's state in charge. Harish Rawat's statement that the next year's elections will be fought under Navjot Singh Sidhu calls it a baffling endorsement. I was offered a Rajya Sabha seat by two parties, discloses the Bollywood actor Sonu Sood as he takes on questions over the recent IT raids on his properties and allegations of tax evasions. Says time will tell his story. Our top story, India is to resume the export and donations of surplus COVID vaccines from next month. India, the world's biggest maker of vaccines globally, stopped vaccine exports in April to focus on inoculating our own population as infections exploded during the ferocious second wave when India was left gasping, facing a shortage of COVID-19 vaccines for the domestic market. The announcement by the Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia comes a day before Prime Minister Narendra Modi is to visit the United States, where the issue is likely to be raised by President Joe Biden. The Modi government aims to vaccinate all 94 crore adults by December, but so far, India has administered only 61% of adult Indians with one dose of the vaccine and only 14% with both. And this decision comes in the backdrop of India's COVID-19 vaccination coverage surpassing the landmark figure of 80 crore doses. India's inoculations have jumped since last month, especially as the world's biggest vaccine maker, the Serum Institute of India, has more than trebled its output of the AstraZeneca shot to 20 crore doses a month from April levels. On Friday, on Prime Minister Modi's birthday, India recorded a whopping 2.4 crore shots administered a day. But still, India has only vaccinated 14% of its population fully. Compare this with Portugal, who have vaccinated 81%, the UAE 80%, Singapore 77%, the UK 65% of its population. Germany has vaccinated 62% of their population, the US 53%, Japan also at 53%, and then there's India below Indonesia, which has inoculated 16.3% of its population.
वैक्सीन प्रोडक्शन बढ़ रहा है, वैक्सीनेशन कार्यक्रम तेजी से आगे बढ़ रहा है। अगले महीने में अक्टूबर में हमें 30 करोड़ से अधिक डोज मिलने की संभावना है। फोर्थ क्वार्टर में वैक्सीन मैत्री के तहत हम दुनिया को भी मदद करेंगे और कोवैक्स में भी हमारी जिम्मेवारी निभाएंगे।
And this as India logged 30,256 new coronavirus cases in the last 24 hours, which is 1.6% lower than yesterday's cases. We also reported 295 deaths, though. The daily positivity rate, the number of positive cases identified per 100 stands at 2.57%. It's been less than 3% for the last 21 days. However, India's COVID cases seem to be on the rise again. The figures in the last 7 days show that the cases of COVID-19 are increasing once again in India after a noticeable dip till last Friday. Fresh COVID-19 cases in India have begun to inch up marginally, raising concerns perhaps of an impending third wave of COVID infections. And the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh spoke with the US Secretary of Defence a few minutes ago. The Defence Minister has tweeted saying that he had a warm telephone conversation with Mr. Lloyd Austin. We discussed issues pertaining to bilateral defence cooperation and regional matters, including the situation in Afghanistan. We agreed to continue the useful dialogue and look forward to strengthening our partnership further. This conversation comes ahead of Prime Minister Modi's first in-person Quad Summit. And the big political story back home, Charanjit Channi was sworn in as Punjab's first Dalit Chief Minister along with two Deputy Chief Ministers, Sukhjinder S. Randhawa and O.P. Soni. In his first press interaction, the new Chief Minister took a dig at the AAP, talking about his humble beginnings, saying that he is the real Aam Aadmi. But have the infighting issues in the Congress party been wiped out or just swept under the carpet for now? Well, hours before the swearing in, the party's state in charge, Naresh Rawat, said that next year's elections will be fought under Navjot Singh Sidhu. The former state party chief hit out, calling it baffling.
In the presence of Rahul Gandhi, the first Chief Minister of Punjab from the scheduled caste community, Charanjit Singh Channi, sworn in.
ਭਾਰਤ ਦੇ ਸੰਵਿਧਾਨ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰਤੀ ਸੱਚੀ ਸ਼ਰਧਾ ਅਤੇ ਨਿਸ਼ਠਾ ਰੱਖਾਂਗਾ.
In an apparent dig at Aam Aadmi Party, the new Chief Minister claimed to be the actual Aam Aadmi, recounting his humble origins.
ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਫਿਰਦੇ ਨਾ ਆਮ ਆਦਮੀ ਆ ਬੈਠਾ ਆਮ ਆਦਮੀ.
ਅੱਜ ਇੰਨਾ ਚੰਗਾ ਮਹਿਸੂਸ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ. ਇੱਕ ਚੀਫ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰ ਨੇ ਮੇਰੀ ਆਸ ਪੂਰੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਕਿ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਰੇਗਿਸਤਾਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਦੇ-ਕਦੇ ਬਰਸਾਤ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਸੌਂਦੀ ਖੁਸ਼ਬੂ ਉੱਠਦੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਇਹ ਬੜੇ ਅਰਸੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਇੱਕ ਸੌਂਦੀ ਖੁਸ਼ਬੂ ਉੱਠੀ ਹੈ.
ਮੈਂ ਸੁਖਜਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਰੰਧਾਵਾ.
The Chief Minister's two deputies have also been chosen keeping social equations in mind. Deputy Chief Minister S.S. Randhawa is from the prominent Jat Sikh community. The second Deputy Chief Minister, O.P. Soni, is considered the Hindu face of the party. But hours before the oath ceremony, the internal bickering which has thrown the Congress in Punjab into turmoil resurfaced. Senior party leader Sunil Jakhar raised an objection to Congress's Punjab in charge Harish Rawat, saying that the upcoming assembly elections will be fought under Navjot Singh Sidhu.
It was just to avoid any infighting in the party that I raised my concern, and I stand vindicated today when immediately after my tweet Rahulji has taken note of it, or the High Command has taken note of it, and AICC has just held a press conference saying that no, it is not Mr. Sidhu alone, but both of them, Mr. Charanjit Singh Channi as well as Navjot Singh Sidhu ji.
The BJP was quick to seize on this, calling it an insult to the Chief Minister from the scheduled caste community. The new Chief Minister, though, claimed that he wants to get down to business, addressing hot-button issues which it was believed were neglected by his predecessor, Captain Amrinder Singh. For instance, cracking down on illegal sand mining.
ਮੈਨੂੰ ਉਹੀ ਬੰਦੇ ਮਿਲਣ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਰੇਤੇ ਦਾ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ, ਮੈਂ ਹੱਥ ਜੋੜਦਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਾ ਮਿਲਣ. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕੋਈ ਮਾਫੀਆ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਾ ਮਿਲਣ ਆ ਕੇ. ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਨੁਮਾਇੰਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹਾਂ.
Day one is officially over for the new Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Channi. He has got a tenure of over 4 months before the Model Code of Conduct kicks in Punjab. Now the bigger question is that will he be able to deliver the 18-point agenda which saw the replacement of Captain Amrinder Singh, and also will he prove to be a masterstroke for the party ahead of 2022. With camera person Pawan Kumar in Chandigarh, Mohammad Ghazali for NDTV.
And the former student leader Kanhaiya Kumar and the independent Gujarat MLA Jignesh Mevani will be joining the Congress likely during an event on the 2nd of October. That's what party sources have told NDTV. Mr. Mevani, who represents Gujarat's Vadgam constituency, could be made a working president of the party state unit, say sources to NDTV. And this, of course, means a lot of churn being seen in Gujarat. This follows the reject scene on the ground last week with the ruling BJP replacing the Chief Minister with a first-time MLA Bhupender Patel, and Kanhaiya Kumar meanwhile is probably likely to look into the situation in Bihar. And actor Sonu Sood spoke to NDTV today about the IT raids that he's been subjected to, and he seemed undeterred by the scrutiny and the allegations that he's been evading taxes, and said he shared that 2 political parties had approached him offering him a Rajya Sabha seat, which he has declined. He also clarified that he's not interested or not ready really to take a plunge into politics, not yet at least.
When somebody like yourself, a film star, enters this public arena, is doing charitable work, gets huge amount of traction and sympathy and goodwill, many see that as a possible springboard to getting into a political space.
I've been offered positions from past 10 years. In post-COVID, I have rejected, I won't say rejected, I would say declined twice Rajya Sabha seats. So a lot of people say, this is great, yeah? Why do you have to say no? At that time, I was not ready.
Broadly, do you deny these charges of tax evasion? That
Of course, I'm a law-abiding citizen. Yeah, I'm a law-abiding citizen of this country, and I've always been. It's not that, I came to Mumbai yesterday. It's been 22 years, and we have always respected whatever they asked. It happened in 2012 also, and we have answered whatever they wanted to know. And this time also, yes. Whatever the questions they had asked, we have provided them with all the documents.
Okay.
And we will keep on doing that, and yes, that's my duty. We have always maintained that, everything that we do has to be right and in the parameters of the law of our country.
And let's go across to Alok Pandey right now, who's reporting that Naresh Giri, the head of the Akhil Bharatiya Akhada Parishad, one of the largest religious bodies of saints in India, has been found dead at his home in Prayagraj. Alok, what do you have?
So the police got a call at about 5 p.m. earlier this evening about the death of Mahant Naresh Giri, who, as you said, is the head of the All India Akhada Parishad, which is an umbrella body of saints in India and is one of the top bodies of saints across this country. Now, the police have confirmed, and this is through KP Singh, who is the Inspector General of Police in Prayagraj. He has confirmed that Mr. Giri has died by suicide. He says that he has left a 6 to 7 page suicide letter, where he has spoken about many things, including some problems with other people or disciples in his ashram. So that is what the police are saying right now. The police is at the spot. A host of big leaders, starting with the Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, have tweeted their condolences, because Naresh Giri was a very important figure, not only religiously, so to say, because he was the head of the Akhada Parishad, but also politically. In Prayagraj, you had politicians of all hues, whether it was the ruling party or whether it was the opposition, say Akhilesh Yadav, all of them going to meet him whenever they used to be in Prayagraj, because he commanded that attention from all of those people. He was around 70, I think, 71 years of age. Like I said, the police have confirmed that this is a case of death by suicide, prima facie. The post-mortem is likely to be conducted tomorrow. Many saints are also likely to gather in Prayagraj to see how the last rites will be done. But I think it is up to the police now to investigate the reasons behind this death by suicide. At the moment, they're only saying that they will investigate whatever is written in that suicide note, and they need some time before they can reveal more details.
All right, Alok Pandey, thanks for that update. And former Union Minister, now TMC leader, Babul Supriyo, met with the Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. Mr. Supriyo joined the TMC 2 months after he was asked to resign as Junior Minister in the Environment Ministry, and over a month after saying that he won't join any other party and that he would quit politics. Later, he amended his plan, saying that he would remain a Member of Parliament, and today he says that he will work to maintain the faith that Mamata Banerjee has placed in him. And actor Kangana Ranaut finally appeared in court after repeated absences in a defamation case filed by the poet and the lyricist Javed Akhtar against her. In an earlier hearing, the actress's lawyers had said that she had symptoms of COVID-19 and was tired because of travelling. The court said that failing to appear this time, a warrant will be issued against the actress.
Actor Kangana Ranaut came face-to-face with Javed Akhtar, star scriptwriter and lyricist, in a Mumbai court this morning over a defamation case he filed against her. After Kangana Ranaut allegedly dragged his name during an interview while referring to a coterie in the backdrop of Sushant Singh Rajput's death by suicide last year. Ranaut was forced to turn up today or else face an arrest warrant, as she had not followed the court's summons several times earlier. In her defense, Kangana Ranaut says the offence alleged against her is non-cognizable, compoundable and bailable, but the court has been indirectly issuing threats. The actor moved 2 petitions today. The first one before the Chief Metropolitan Magistrate to transfer the case out of this court as they had lost faith in the court. And the second a complaint of alleged extortion and invasion of privacy against Javed Akhtar. Her plea to transfer the case from this court will be heard on the 1st of October.
कंगना और रंगोली को बुलाया गया था जावेद अख्तर साहब के घर पे, और जावेद अख्तर साहब का कोई लेना देना नहीं था उनके मैटर में, फिर भी उन्होंने बुलाया, घर में बुला के उनको धमकाया, ये कहना है कंगना का। और ये बात खाली कहना आज नहीं है, ये पिछले 3-4 साल से मीडिया में भी कंगना ने कई दफ़ा बोला है कि उनको धमकाया था और वो काफ़ी घबरा गई थी और उनकी मोडेस्टी को भी एक हिसाब से आउटरीच किया गया था।
Javed Akhtar's lawyers did not speak on camera, but they have rubbished her complaint. The actor had to attend court today or else face an arrest warrant, and the next hearing will be after 2 months. She faces 2 years in prison if convicted, as this is a criminal defamation complaint. Kangana Ranaut's request to cancel the defamation case was earlier rejected by the Bombay High Court. In Mumbai with Sohit Mishra, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.